will make it feel like a big penis.
Riveting. Do we have to get like welders masks to do stuff? I don't know. That joke's going.
Welcome
back to Banjo-Kazooie.
Welder's mask.
I don't know. Isn't that what you do with
for
rivets?
what?
For riveting. You know, like
is
placing
riveting
rivets.
Actually a thing?
Yeah, you know, you like a rivet gun.
A rivet gun?
Yeah, isn't that what you do to like bind metal sheets together?
I don't know. My dad works in aluminum. I should know that.
I could just be completely talking out of my ass. I'm sure someone on the internet will correct me.
You're so fucking stupid. How could you not know that?
How do you not know about riveting? It's completely different than welding.
Riveting is so riveting. Welding is not riveting.
I've got a lot of jiggies.
Lots of
now I have
Smiths.
less. It gets kind of ridiculous a little bit later on because some of the later paintings take more than 10 jiggies, and there's only 10 jiggies in every level. So at some point you're just getting them for the notes. Because you gotta get the notes to unlock later areas.
Do you remember, did you ever have a class with Martin?
Martin?
God damn it.
I'm sorry. I keep forgetting this is recorded shit. So.
Did you ever have a class with him?
Yeah, I did.
So you remember Pie Guy?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you remember his saying, getting triggy with it?
Yes.
Did you ever hear my idea for a Getting Triggy With It music video?
No.
That actually made him blush?
What did you tell him?
I said it would be him, like the Will Smith video, getting jiggy with it. Him dressed as Pie Guy in front of a camera with a bunch of muscular, oiled male models dancing behind him with pie written on their chest.
Why?
Because it would be amazing. And he said, why don't we just have a nice bunch of boys and girls with shirts with pie on them? And I said, no, it has to be you dancing in front of male models.
And they have to be all oiled up.
They have to be oiled.
And they have to be shirtless. They have
shirtless and muscular. There's nothing homoerotic about it. It's just
bonus points for if they're Swedish too.
Oh hell yeah! They've got to be the perfect models of the Aryan race.
Oh yeah. That's my Sweden impression.
You ever listen to Rammstein?
I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, it's an awesome German metal band, and their first album cover is them shirtless, muscular, and oiled, and people got mad because they're German, because they thought that they were trying to depict the perfect examples of the Aryan race.
Yeah. I mean, people will always get touchy at Germany over crap like that.
Yeah.
And it's not even their fault. It's not even remotely their fault that they just happen to look like that.
They just happen to be very... Actually, the lead singer was almost... I think he was actually in one of the Olympics. He was a Olympic swimmer.
Well, there you go. Damn.
He got kicked out of his swimming team because he left his hotel room when he wasn't supposed to, and he bought porn.
So scandalous.
Well,
like, who could possibly imagine an
because
Olympian doing something like that?
This was before they took down the wall in Germany, so I think they were just being very strict.
God, that's so stupid.
Well, I mean...
Did you know that the Olympic Village is basically like just one enormous fuckfest?
Yeah, I've heard that they have lots of sex with each other.
Because
I mean, why wouldn't you? You're all in great shape.
Because it's super athletic people who are all super attractive, and they're like the best of the best their country has to offer, and they're all foreign, so they don't...
Maybe I should reconsider my stance on sports. That's
Well,
what you're saying?
Exactly. Just become good enough to be an Olympian, and then you can have all the sex you want.
Oh, I can have all the sex I want. With
brag about it.
The problem is I just don't want to have any sex.
Fucking... Where are the notes? Okay. Well, that was a feather, so...
That's another thing. Should we talk about the awful experience that was New Year's Eve in town?
I mean, it was just so boring.
It was. Oh my god. Oh, the dude! I was in the local music store that I will not name. And the banjo lead singer guy came in.
Oh shit.
And he had his ass in my face as he was playing a banjo. And I'm like, could you please move?
That'd be great, please. But I mean, yeah, if anyone's curious of the story, I mean, it's not really a story. We just...
It was an experience.
Yeah, I mean, we went downtown together on New Year's and basically didn't really do anything.
We watched other people get drunk.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it.
I only got a tiny bit drunk.
There was a cool... You only had like 2 beers.
Yeah.
And then like a rum and coke in the other bar. I didn't drink at all. I waited until February. I told my mom about that. Did I tell you about that?
Yeah, and you said she freaked out a little bit.
Oh yeah, she like kept asking me questions like, "Why did you stop drinking? Are you still drinking?" I'm like, oh my god, I have opened a can of worms, tried to confide my feelings to my mom.
That's why I don't talk to my mom.
I don't mind talking to my mom, but I gotta be a little bit more selective with what I tell her about myself. I can't, tell her. I was mega depressed and I needed something.
But instead, you'll tell the whole internet.
Who the fuck cares? They're not my mom.
The internet's not my mom.
My internet's not my mom. Well, you were there for that. You were the only person who was talking to me throughout that, too.
Really?
Yeah, I tried to get my friend, who will not be named because we're no longer friends, to talk to me and help me out, but she wasn't having any of it. And after she got pregnant, I knew that she probably wouldn't have much to do with me anymore.
I mean, once a girl gets pregnant, her whole life's pretty much about that guy.
Well, about the baby, really.
Well, yeah, the baby for the guy and the baby.
Well, I mean, we were just friends. It wasn't like she was married. She still is married, but...
No.
When...
That's some fine-ass wine in this drawing.
I have not... I think the last time I got drunk was end of March. That was just a one-time thing, too. And I didn't feel so good, so...
Well, I mean, you never really do.
Well, I like drink... I think I talked to you about it, because I actually almost called my mom, because I was really weirded out with my reaction to it, because I went numb after 3 drinks. But I think it was just the chemical reaction and the fact that
Well, you weren't used to it either.
Yeah, that too, but just my brain chemicals weren't ready for it.
I mean, you said you've drank it a little bit since then, and you're mostly okay, right?
Yeah, I've had like a few beers, but I mean, I like having one beer versus several drinks of something else.
I don't know. I feel like if I'm gonna drink, would pretty much drink to get drunk, because I don't really like just drinking a little bit of alcohol, because I don't know, it doesn't really do anything for me, and if I only drink a little, and I mean, it doesn't really do much for me, and like I don't really like the taste of it, just like pretty much everyone else in the world. So if I'm only drinking a little bit and I'm not gonna get drunk off of it, then I don't really see the point of doing it.
Well, you have to sort of develop the taste for it. I've
more or less developed the taste for it at this point. It's just like I still don't really want to do it unless I'm gonna commit to it.
Yeah, I legitimately like vodka. I like the taste. Not many people do, apparently, but
I think it's okay.
But I've sort of kind of started to like beer, and just having one is fun because it takes the edge off and it helps relax me. Of course, I've been listening to a lot of ASMR lately.
Yeah, that stuff that freaks me out.
Why does it freak you out?
I don't know. It's just like noise doing physical reaction stuff. I don't know. It just seems weird.
It's just a tingling sensation, and you get really relaxed. Sometimes you get a little horny.
Okay then.
You say
What?
You say What's wrong with getting a little horny from a little ASMR?
Nothing's wrong with it.
I don't
I'm just
think
saying.
there's anything wrong. Some of those chicks have some nice boobs.
You seem to be confusing my, like, I acknowledge what you're saying with, like, I'm condescendingly mocking you for what you're saying. Like, I'm not doing that.
I think that That reminds me of Peanut Butter Gamer recently saying that he doesn't know how to be sarcastic. Did you see that?
No.
It was.
I mean, I don't really watch this stuff.
You don't? What are we gonna do with you?
I mean, I've seen some
Chain
of
you
his stuff.
up
He
and
seems
fuck
okay.
you. That's what we're doing.
I just don't really have an opinion on him.
Well, I love his stuff, but he's actually how I started watching John come on.
Oh yeah, because they were really good friends, weren't they?
Yeah. I wanted them to do a show together, like Game Drums. I thought that would be awesome.
I mean, can't really comment because. Again,
Well,
I don't watch a ton of
they
stuff.
did do, the closest thing that they did was Minecraft Hardcore together.
Oh yeah, I do remember seeing some of that.
But that's with other guys. It's kind of funny because PBG gets like legitimately mad,
Okay.
and I'm like, I didn't know that he had that side to him. It's kind of funny when you hear someone get like legitimately mad. It's almost like your opinion of them changes because suddenly they're not so perfect.
Well, you shouldn't hear me play Titanfall then.
Well, I've heard you get mad. I've seen you mad. I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting mad, but
When all you've ever seen is the
yeah, it's
kind,
like them,
sweet, gentle
yeah,
side.
it's like when I've seen Ego Raptor get mad around the period after John left. It's kind of like, is he just angry all the time now? That was my feeling at first. Of course, I didn't really care for the Grumps at first after John left. It took me a while to
Get used to
train.
Danny.
I love Danny. They are both very inspirational guys too.
They are. Especially ever since Danny's soul-bearing episode.
Which one?
The Wind Waker one.
The
The Wind Waker one.
Yeah, episode 19. I remember that.
Sure.
It's the episode 19 because I have it saved in my favorites. And then there's one, I think it's the one after, or maybe that one, where they make it like a video of him talking about it afterwards.
Oh yeah, I remember that too. I think it was.
And he's
a
like,
couple
don't
episodes
go
ago.
off your antidepressants suddenly.
Yeah,
like I did."
that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck. But yeah, it was cool that he threw the bottle in the lake. But yeah,
It was very motion picture-esque.
would have made a great drama story thing.
Oh! I just imagine you making that noise. The Hank Hill noise. Oh! Okay, that just sounds...
That's the Oni's.
Oni.
Yeah, you know Oni,
Oni?
the animator guy.
Is he the young man who's no longer with us?
No, that's Ed. Ed, what's his name?
Oni.
Oni is the Irish guy. Chris O'Neill.
I feel like I've seen his stuff.
You probably have, like.
Has he done the really did he do that really disturbing JonTron video? The Christmas one with the t-shirts?
No, that was Psychic Pebbles.
Oh yeah. What did Oni do?
Well, him and Oni work together pretty closely. But Oni's done like Dragon's Ball P, where it's like a retarded parody of Dragon
Saw
Ball.
that, even though Goku is... Didn't they talk about that on Game Grumps that he's a
Probably.
I remember, or maybe it was just Reddit that they were talking about in. Oh no, it was Reddit because there was a fan theory that Goku is legitimately retarded.
Like in that video, or
No, like in the show that he's legitimately mentally handicapped,
why would they say that?
and that.
I didn't watch Dragon Ball. So.
Wait a minute.
Yes, I didn't watch that either.
Dragon Ball is amazing. I've only seen the first season of Dragon Ball, but I've seen every single season of Dragon Ball Z.
That's cool. I mean, I haven't watched any of Dragon Ball, so. Like any.
Why?
Well, not any, but I have. I've only
Why?
seen like. Because I didn't really grow up watching it, and after I realized what it all really was, like I just kind of saw, oh, this is a few minutes of cool stuff, followed by a bunch of bullshit, and then just kind of the same cool stuff over
Well,
and over again.
Dragon Ball is much different from Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is mostly fighting.
I thought that was what all it was.
No, Dragon Ball is an awesome show where I mean, they try to find the Dragon Balls, but it's more like a regular show where they have different scenarios in every episode. I mean, it's.
How many times do they have to find the Dragon Balls in all the series?
Well, they don't have to find them, but it
How
starts
many
out.
times do they find them?
They have to find them in Dragon Ball Z.
To bring someone back to life, right?
Yeah, to bring someone back to life. That's about it. But in the first, in Dragon Ball, they find him. I think it's once every season. I think that's the point of the show.
Damn.
But, of course, you know what the first wish is for, right?
What?
In the first season, you know what the first wish is for?
No.
The most comfortable pair of underwear.
Really?
It's you know who Olaf is, the pig that shapeshifts,
Vaguely.
but he can only hold his shapeshift for 5 minutes.
Well, it sucks for him.
Yeah, because he didn't finish shapeshifting school.
Really? That's
yeah,
their. That's
that's the exact. But
Oh, that's good.
there's a cat that's sort of his enemy that he later becomes sort of friends with that finished shapeshifting school, but she only transforms into small things, whereas he can transform into very large things and scary things. And
But she
actually,
can do it for however long.
yeah. But the Dragon Balls are stolen by this evil emperor who's this little midget guy, and no offense to midgets out there. Lots of midgets watch Hunter's channel.
Little people.
Little people. I don't know. I've heard that some people don't mind being called midgets. I don't.
I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like you're only offended.
I wouldn't
you
want
can
to be
only
called
be
a
offended
little
by it.
person, though. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, there really isn't a really good word for it. Because
That's
like
true.
every word for like dwarf,
You pretty much
little
have to
person,
accept
midget,
that you're small.
Yeah, I mean, it all kind of sounds
You
kind of
can't-
strange.
I wouldn't.
But I
be-
mean, like, I don't have. I mean, little people are just like anybody else. I mean,
Yeah.
they're just short. So who cares? What does it matter?
Aside from that, when I was talking about Dragon Ball, we got to this little tangent trying to be politically correct about midgets.
Well, I mean, yeah,
midget porn and whatnot. So
short little fuckers.
So, this count, maybe his name's Olaf, but anyway, he steals the Dragon Balls. What saves them is that Goku sees a full moon, transformed into this giant gorilla monster, and breaks them out of the prison that they're in. And as the Emperor is wishing for world domination from the dragon, the pig jumps over his head and asks for the most supremely comfortable pair of underwear, and a pair of pink women's panties falls on his head.
Very appropriate.
I don't know what happened to the panties after that, other than that he liked to wear them on his head.
So they summoned this all-powerful super dragon.
They
and
spent
he
a
gets-
year trying to find these balls.
and they give him women's underwear.
Yes.
Totally worth it.
That's what's so great about the original show. It was much more comical.
Yeah, that sounds super tongue-in-cheek.
But Dragon Ball Z is much more macho,
Surus.
homoerotic sort of thing. Lots of coming, yes. Lots of orgasms.
This is the biggest problem in the whole game right here. Like this particular port.
Is that the master hand?
Yes, actually.
It looks like one of those hands from Zelda that wants the toilet paper.
Which game?
Several of the games, actually.
I don't remember that.
The first one that I remember seeing was in. Did you ever play Ages for the Game Boy Color? That's one of the best Zelda games.
Ages of
Maybe
what?
it was just in the Game Boy games, but I think it was in one of the 3D ones too.
I really haven't
It
played
was
a lot
in.
of Zelda.
It was in Skyward Sword. No wonder. That's one of the few things I remember from Skyward Sword, other than the second.
But the reason I said this is the biggest problem with this port right here, and it's not really a big problem, but it is a problem. Whereas like in the N64 version,
You were about to
whenever-
say 3DS.
I wasn't. I was gonna say 360, but in the Xbox, fucking In the N64 version, when you hit these notes, they would line up with what the music is playing, but here they just all play the same note over and over, and it's kind of super annoying. I mean, again, it's not a big gripe, and if that's the biggest problem with this port, I mean, then that's totally fine, but I don't know, it kind of drives me crazy.
He sounds a little bit like Mario when he does that jump.
The other big problem with the game, and I meant to point it out at the time, but in the beginning cutscene of this game, the music desyncs pretty drastically from what's going on. And the reason for that is because in the N64 version, the load times were a little bit longer, so the music was written with the load times in mind. But on the Xbox 360, obviously it can load a lot faster, so it just takes those load times and forgets about them and just keeps on playing with the music. And they've never bothered to fix it. I don't know why.
Fuck it. Just put it out.
Yeah, it's whatever.
We'll do it live.
Do it live! Fucking thing sucks!
See, despite the fact that Game Grumps have made that reference a million times,
everyone's made that
it's
reference
not
a
their
million
reference to claim, so we can make it all we want.
I mean, you only made it about Game Grumps when you started talking about the Grumps.
I know. Just like when I did an
come on.
episode on Donkey Kong Country, I didn't make it about the Grumps until I mentioned. I'm not doing this because the Game Grumps are doing it, but I'm totally doing it because they're.
I think I remember that actually.
Yeah. And there was one game that I did. Oh, I did Yoshi's Island before they did. Or, yeah, they did Yoshi's Island.
Yeah, it was Barry and I think.
No, they did Yoshi's Story.
Yeah,
but someone did Yoshi's Island. I feel like.
Did they? I don't think they did. Yoshi's Island was.
There was some game that I did before them, and I'm like, oh, maybe they're watching me because I'm an idiot.
Oh, fuck.
They fucking.
I can normally make that fall. Ah, shit. Anyway, go on. But, yeah. Somehow I doubt that they were watching your shit at the time.
Oh, I know they were not. I sent John try one of my videos once.
Like in an email?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever respond?
No. Probably because it was shitty.
Well, then I'm sure he also got, like, thousands of emails.
Yeah, I know. He probably gets requests to watch things all the time. Actually, he talked about that. How people want him to, like, critique their stuff and he doesn't really want to do it.
Well, yeah, because he's not... That's not his thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's not his thing at all.
I didn't even ask him to critique it. I was like, hey, watch this.
I mean,
I was just that proud of it, even though it was a piece of shit. But
I've been meaning to make videos kind of like that, like not aping JonTron or whatever, but like talking about a game and just like showing the points that I like about it, the points that are stupid. I've actually considered doing it about Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie, like a comparison of the two and showing why Banjo-Kazooie is better than Banjo-Tooie. But, I don't know. It's one of those things I never really get around to. It's like that. I wanted to make a Godzilla video of...
a Godzilla video?
Yeah, of like comparing 1998 Godzilla, American Godzilla, to the 2014 Godzilla.
Uh-huh. I haven't seen the new one.
It's pretty good.
I know that Godzilla's only in it for like 5 minutes.
He's in it longer than people give him credit for.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And Bryan Cranston's in it.
Yeah, he's in it for like 5 minutes.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. Like, he's in it at the beginning, and then they kill him off pretty damn quick.
Holy, well, spoiler alert.
Well, spoilers.
Goddamn.
Spoilers for the human element in a monster movie.
Yeah.
But now I'm a pumpkin.
One of the worst channels I ever saw was this guy. I don't know if I should feel bad about this, but
Probably shouldn't.
I was watching one of Peanut Butter Gamer's streams, and I was commenting, and I was just making silly comments, and people were sort of laughing about it and everything. And this guy, I won't say his name.
Was he a YouTube commenter?
It was on Twitch, and he said, "You're not funny. You need to shut up." So
I mean, that's the internet, man.
So I just like started like and I got other people to start saying his name like over and over and over. I mean, like half the stream chat was us saying his name. And then I found his channel on YouTube.
Oh, how excellent.
And it was pretty bad, and I won't say exactly what I did, but
Oh, dare.
but he was
No,
like,
again.
"You are a horrible human being," and like a few weeks later, his channel was gone.
Oh, wow. What a loser. Then I go down the drain pipe. Yay. I think I'm just about done with this level.
I think that's like I did like borderline bullying then,
Stop the bullying. Hashtag no bullying
but I think
2015.
he was being a dick to me first, so
So it's perfectly valid.
of course. And it's not like I personally insulted the guy until now when I said his channel fucking sucked.
And it's recorded forever. Although you didn't say his name, so.
Yeah.
But he'll remember you. He will hunt you down.
I hope he does.
So you can tell him how much he sucks to
You
his
fucking
face.
suck, man. You suck, Bane. Who said that?
Your mother.
Drop a beat. Bane, that's my name. Have you seen that? Oh man, I'll have to link it to you. It's someone redubbed Bane.
I feel like I'm missing a few notes.
You're missing 7 of them.
No, I mean, there's the last batch I thought was supposed to be in here, but I think there might not be 7 in here.
Oh, well, there you
there
go.
might be.
That's creepy as shit.
Yeah, a little bit creepy. Oh, I think they might all be in here.
There's a
Oh, please don't make me miss
Googly
one. Please don't make me miss one. Please let
There
them
might
be.
be one.
Okay,
Oh,
good.
no. There's a Goomba.
There's nothing worse than missing one note in this game. Because then you have to comb through every
There's
spot.
nothing worse than missing a note in Banjo-Kazooie.
Well, there's plenty of things worse than that.
AIDS has nothing on.
Alright, not bad. So far, we are 100% completion.
I don't hear people talking about AIDS that much anymore, unless it's like a joke.
Well, I mean, there's lots of drugs that you can take to stave off the effects of it.
But I guess, I mean, maybe you didn't have it like I did, but when I was in elementary school and in junior high school, they were like gung-ho about educating us about AIDS and just not having sex.
Middle school seems a little bit young to be teaching kids about AIDS.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. Like, they didn't teach it. They didn't teach it in high school when we should have been learning about safe sex and shit.
Well, the problem with our school was they had the whole abstinence-only program.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of fucked people up a little bit, I'm sure.
Of course, you know the irony about the kid in my grade who won the DARE essay competition in the 5th grade. He got caught with marijuana like 2 years later.
Oh, boo fucking who.
It's just kind of funny how it's almost like you unconsciously rebel against that.
Well, yeah, because it really is fucking stupid. Like, a lot of it really, truly is just fear-mongering. I mean, because they distort a lot of the facts.
Oh, most certainly, yeah.
And just try to make it all scary and horrible, and there's no benefits to it whatsoever. I mean, I'm no proponent of the Mary Jane, but fucking, there are benefits to it, and that is undeniable.
Yeah.
And people just like keep trying to pretend that it doesn't because it's a drug.
We just got it very smally legalized, very smally.
Yeah, I heard about that. The Georgia,
But it's only for illnesses.
yeah, like super bad illnesses.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah, I mean it's progress towards better policy, but still.
It's gonna be like really expensive though, because they have to.
I mean, it's better than not being able to have it.
Yeah. I mean, it's better than chemotherapy.
Absolutely.
But we have to have it flown in from another state.
Colorado.
And I think they can't. They probably can't. I could be wrong, but they probably can't land the plane anywhere in between. Because if they do, they could get the stash reprimanded by the authorities.
I mean, I don't see why they would need a reason to stop.
Well, Colorado to Georgia.
I mean, it's a long flight. It's not like planes can't make that, though. I've flown to LA plenty of times.
Have you?
Well, not plenty.
Where have you? You have been to so many places.
I really have.
I've been on a plane twice, and that was to go to and from Louisiana.
I've probably been on, God, at least 100 planes.
I drove. Well, I did not. I was not the one driving, but I drove from Virginia to Pennsylvania. And that's as far north as I've been is Pennsylvania. As far west as I've been is Louisiana. I've not seen much of the world.
I've been all over it.
What's it like in England, Hunter?
I haven't been to England, though. I want to go to England real bad, though.
You said you'd been all over the fucking world.
Well, not to every place.
What's it like in Australia?
Australia is fucking beautiful.
Why did you go to Australia?
Because I had a lot of friends down there, and at the time it was like coming up on my birthday. And we found out that it was, since my mom was a flight attendant at the time, I was able to get down to Australia using a standby ticket in first class for a grand total of $42 American dollars.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Whereas usually that same plane ticket costs about, I don't know, $12,000.
Yeah, quite a bit of money. I remember when I was thinking I wanted to go to Scotland last summer. A ticket to Scotland is like $2,000.
Yeah, anywhere internationally is just a lot.
Wow. Okay.
I got a buddy of mine who's coming up from Australia this summer, so that'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, it's not easy to get to and from there, and it's a lot harder for me to get down there now too because my mom retired from the flight attendant stuff, and so now if I wanted to get down there, it's still a lot cheaper than it would be if I had to buy a normal plane ticket because she gets retiree benefits.
Yeah.
But it cost me like $800 or $900 to get down there, which is pretty cheap still, but it's $800 or $900 I don't have.
Yeah.
A regular plane ticket I think is probably somewhere around $2,500.
What states have you been to?
Lots.
That's not an answer.
Well, let's see. Florida, Alabama, South Carolina, North Carolina,
Of course
Tennessee.
you've been there. They're
I'm just starting with the basic ones.
surrounding us.
New York, Pennsylvania, Texas, Michigan, California, Washington.
Washington.
Yeah, Washington, D.C. too. Let's see, what are some others? Wyoming. What's the next to Wyoming?
California.
I already
So
said
you've been
California.
to LA.
What else? Like I said, Washington. I think I was in Arizona for a bit. I think I was making a connecting flight in Salt Lake City.
That's not really being there though.
I mean, not Salt Lake City, Arizona. Salt Lake City, Utah.
What's so great about Texas other than it being
super hot?
and huge?
Well, this particular city that I'm interested in moving to, Austin, is like, it's a really strange city, but they've got like a ridiculous amount of really weird, cool things to do there, like all the time. They've got like all different sorts of music festivals just like playing constantly. Their downtown area is one of the coolest places I've ever been. The people there are some of the friendliest I've ever seen anywhere. Yeah, like it's ridiculous how nice everyone is down there.
I thought that said Pussy Bucket Bay.
Pussy Bucket Bay.
Oh my god.
I want to go to that Bucket Bay. Oh god.
Just smells like it's just a big rusty bucket that smells like fish.
Oh god. I mean, that's probably what this one smells like. Oily, disgusting fish.
Oh god.
There's an oily, disgusting dolphin down there.
That looks like if that were brown, that would be like poop coming out of a hole.
Well, he's trapped under an anchor. Oh, you know what? We actually need to stop this one and start another one because we're at 34 minutes on this.
Tiddlywinks, everyone.
Tiddlywinks and diddly squinks. I don't know.